right here we're solving two one-step equations. I want to go ahead and start with this first one right here. In my opinion, this is not a one-step equation, even though that's what it says in your book. And the reason why it is not a one-step equation is because we cannot get k by itself unless we change this into an improper fraction. At least there's no method that I'm aware of that allows us to solve this without changing this. So we will have to change this to an improper fraction. Because it's a negative, it'll stay a negative. Because the denominator is 8, the denominator will stay 8. We have to multiply the bottom by the big number. 8 times 1, we ignore the negative. 8 times 1 is 8. Then we have to add 3, that gives me 11. So we're changing that to negative 11 over 8k equals 2/3. Now, from this point, it is a one-step equation. There's only one thing we have to do. And whenever we have a fraction next to our variable, this is what we're solving for, and only because we only have one thing on each side of the equation, no plus signs, no minus signs, we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply by negative 8 over 11. Multiply by negative 8 over 11. And the reason why we're going to do this is because when we multiply this by 8 over 11, the 8 on the top and bottom cross cancel. The 11 on the bottom and top cross cancel. Two minuses make a plus, so the only thing we end up with is k. So whenever you have a fraction next to your variable, you get that by itself and you multiply by the reciprocal, and that gets rid of the fraction completely. Now we multiply these. Because one of the numbers is negative and one is positive, I know I'm going to have a negative answer. It doesn't look like I can cross cancel anything. There is no factor. So I'm just going to multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms. 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 11 is 33. And that's our final answer for this problem. Now the next one is pretty easy. This is something that I refer to as BS math, BS standing for both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So look at this. This is where my variable is. This is what I'm looking to get by itself right here. If I'm multiplying this by negative 15, in order to get rid of it, you have to do the opposite. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do the same exact thing to the other side of the equation. This is an equation. So you end up with positive 5 equals b. And that is your final answer for this problem.